Alright, welcome back to the Crabby Days, and today we're going to be doing a full solo playthrough for Viscounts of the West Kingdom. Now this is a 1 through 4 player game, so the solo rules are included in the base game box, which is awesome. Alright, so let me put the game box away. Alright, and the objective of a solo game is you're basically just simulating the AI as if you're playing a 2-player game. Alright, so very similar, you're just trying to score the most points possible, try to beat them in score. Alright, so let's just go through the setup very quick. So for your stuff, everything's going to be exactly like normal. I'm going to show you my player board after when I figure out what resource I'm going to start with. All right. And for the AI, just a couple of tweaks. First of all, you're going to give them a player board, but flip them over to the other side. All right. You're going to pick one of them randomly because each player board actually plays slightly different. All right. You're going to look at the top left over here, and it's going to sort of tell you what the AI is going to try to focus on more as you play. You know, I shuffled them all together and I managed to get the one that focuses on the yellow, which is sending guys to the castle in the middle. So they're going to be doing a lot of that action throughout the game. All right, besides that, you just give them the resources, pick one of the colors you're not playing with, the workers, buildings, put them on the tracks, and so on and so on. All right, over here on the bottom left is going to tell you what resources they're going to start with. So some gold, some stone, some cards you need to take out of their AI deck. The virtue markers are going to start like usual, and a couple of debt and deed cards. All right, the last thing you need to do, just FYI, they do have two different colored AI decks. There's a brown one and the black one. Don't shuffle them together. All right, the brown one are the basic ones that they're going to be using to generate their AI actions for the start of the game, and whenever they do a gain card action, that's when they're going to be starting to take it from the black deck of cards, which are a little bit better. All right, but besides that, you know, flip over their card, do their action, then come back to you, and you're basically playing a 2-player game. All right, so I've already set up the game for 2 players, including the debt and the deed end game conditions. So we're ready to go. The last thing to do is choose which of my special townsfolk cards I'm going to get and what my starting resources are going to be. All right, so in a solo game, give this a good shuffle. You're going to lay out 2 cards. These can get returned back to the box. And the starting resources, same thing, take 2. And as the solo player, you get to pick one of these 2 stacks to be playing with. So your starting resources and your starting special townsfolk card. So I got this one here, who lets me, when she falls off, virtue, discard a card, but she does give me 3. Now this is a really good card, gives you gold to send guys to the castle, a lot of gold to coins to start, whereas this one, I start with a criminal, but I get to hire a guy right away when he comes into play, which is pretty nice. Plus it's a bag and a criminal, so he counts as 2 bags as well if you're trying to get resources. And unfortunately, this is not one of my favorites. A couple of inkwells and a starting manuscript. I don't really like doing manuscript actions in this game, so it's pretty self-evident. I'm going to be taking this combo here. So this combo of cards will only tell me where the AI is going to start. They're going to start on the number 3 spot. So that's going to be right over here. I'll get returned back to the box. All right, I'm going to shuffle this into my deck, get my resources, and I'll be ready to start. All right, so I got all my stuff. I got to get my coins, my starting resource. By the way, I'm going to keep my resources here so you can actually see what I'm trying to do. But my player board is here. I start with a couple of things. I do start with 2 guys in the castle. That's what that symbol means. I can put it in any tier 1 spot. I decided to just put it over here for whatever reason. All right, no real strategy choice there. All right, let's flip that over and let's get ready to start. So in solo, you always go first. So let's draw my 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. All right, and let's see what we got. All right, so it looks like I started with my criminal, the only one in your deck. I got my special character, which is nice, and I also got the journeyman. So I got so many bags in my hand. So I think what I'm gonna do my first couple of turns is just get a ton of resources, get coins, get gold, get stone, get manuscripts. So I'm gonna play a lot of bags, and she's gonna help me get a ton of extra stuff. So I think to start off the game, what I'm gonna do is play her, my special character. All right, so when you play cards in this game, I mean, I love this game just because this player board is amazing. You just start from the left and work your way right every time. So slide your stuff over and activate any falling off abilities. That's not going to happen for a while. Add a card to my card row. Done. Is it a criminal? No. Move. I'm going to move 3 spaces. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. which is the stone spot here. Right, then I could discard that townsfolk card to augment the ability. It's going to cost me 2 to get an extra symbol. Kind of pointless because I'm just getting stone, so I can just spend the gold instead. So that's kind of pointless. So I'm going to be doing the blue bag action. So count the blue bags in my tableau. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm going to spend an extra gold to make it 6. All right, so 6 divided by 2 is going to give me 3 stone. That's pretty much how all the merchant actions work. You can use coins to augment the ability, but you count your bags, usually divide by 2, and get that much resources. So now I got 3 stone and 2 gold. All right, now I'm not done just yet. So that was the perform action, which is in the middle. Now I can buy a card in the location that I'm at. I think I will. So this one's going to cost 2. So get rid of 2 gold, take the card. Whenever you get a card, activate the top right, which is a white virtue. It's going to go there. Oh, by the way, this should have started on the left here. Sorry about that. That's pretty much it. Then I draw back up to my hand size, draw 1 card, and that was my first turn. Pretty simple. Okay, so the AI's first turn. Now you're going to see how their mechanism works. It's always the same. You're going to flip the top card over. Well, first move everything to the right, flip the top card over, and just activate the card from top to bottom. All right, so I already shuffled this deck. I'm going to flip it over. It's going to go here, but let me show you close up and personal. So start from the top and work down. So not the brown part, but here, there's nothing here. All right, it's going to dismiss the townsfolk card on his current tile. All right, so his current tile is here. He's just going to remove this from the game. And the only point of doing that is simulating that the other player is buying that card, but he's actually going to get the bonus of what's in the top right. All right, so this is shuffle your deck. I believe shuffling his deck, yeah, there's no symbol here for shuffling your deck. This is a little play rate of things that might show up on those cards. So shuffling his deck will not actually give him a bonus. He could end up building these houses that give him bonuses for shuffling, but at the start of the game, I believe there's nothing actually special going on there. So this just gets removed, and that's it. Pretty simple. All right, after that, he's going to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. All right, and then he's going to do the action at the bottom. So he's going to do the thing on the left. If he can't do the thing on the left, he's going to do the thing on the right. And if you see that sort of special icon from his board, he's trying to do his main action, which is again the same as the yellow, adding guys to the middle castle. All right, so let's see what his strength is. He's always going to try to do it as most as he can. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is enough to put 3 guys out in the middle. So that's what he's going to do. So he's going to spend all his resources, take 3 guys, and move them in the section of the castle that's there. By the way, FYI, the AI is never going to go in the middle ring. He's always going to stay on the outside, and whenever he does a manuscript or castle action, it's basically simulating as if he was on the inner edge of the pizza slice that you're on. Very easy. All right, so this is going to cause the sort of collision thing. Move to the left, move to the right, go in the middle. 2 white virtue. And that's pretty much his turn. All right, just run through the card. Done. All right, he doesn't buy, just checks if there's a collision, and that's it. All right, so back to me. Let's look at my hand. Okay, so like I discussed before, I think I'm going to play for sure the Journeyman to get a ton of bags. All right, so let's go through the same process like we always do every turn. So slide everything over. Play a card. Journeyman. He doesn't have an in-play ability, so he does nothing. Is it a criminal? No. We're going to move 2 spaces. So now I got a couple of choices. I can go 1, 2 and get money, or I can go 1, 2 and get gold. I think I'm going to go for gold right now. I mean, I got 4 coins. I think I'm going to be okay for a bit. So 1, 2. And plus next turn I can move just 1 and maybe get the gold afterwards. All right, so that's 1, 2. So I moved. I'm going to be doing the merchant action. So now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 symbols. I'll spend a gold. So that's going to be 8 symbols. So that's going to give me 4 more gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot. All right, now I can buy the character that's there. He only costs 2. Sure, let's add him to my deck. 1, 2. All right, when he goes to my deck, I'm going to get a white virtue. And that's about it. So I did a buying, no collision, redraw up to my hand size, draw one. And let's go do the AI's next card. All right, so everything slides over just like our board. All right, so his symbols are sort of going to get covered up. Flip the next card over, and it looks like it's his criminal. Okay, so criminal works pretty much the same as our criminals. He's going to move the black marker to the right number of criminals, so it's only one. And then he's going to add a card to his deck. So whenever you see a plus on any of his stuff, right, you're going to go in the black deck, take the top card, add it to his discard. All right, this is going to get shuffled in later to his regular deck. Then he's just going to move one, boom. All right, and then he's going to try to do his main action, which again, as we already know, it's adding guys to the middle castle. Right now, I don't think he could do it. Actually, he can do it because he's got a criminal here. It's one symbol, two symbol, three symbol. With three symbols, he can put two guys. Right, and that's what he's going to do. Two guys into the exact same castle space that he added guys before. All right, this is not going to cause a collision, so that's pretty much the rest of his turn. All right, my turn is going to be super simple. I'm very broke, so I just want to move one space to go collect some coins. Let's get through this as fast as possible. Play my criminal. Now, let's play my card. It's nothing, but it is a criminal, so I'm going to move this according to how many criminals are currently in my tableau, which is one. So that's only one time. I'm going to move only one, then I'm going to do a merchant action, so it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6 symbols in total. So move one, so that's going to be 6 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, now I can still buy the character that's there. You know what? I'm not really interested in that character, so I'm actually going to leave him there. Actually, wait. Before I do anything, let me backtrack 2 seconds. What I could have done is I could have spent 1 coin to add +3 symbols to my action because there's 3 symbols there. I think I'm going to definitely do that. So I would have spent 1 coin, which would have discarded him, which would have netted me an extra 3. Because it would have given me 3 more bag symbols. 1, 2, 3. And I got a ton of gold. Now this is going to let me shuffle my deck. All right, now when I shuffle my deck, look at your little symbol over here. If I have any criminals in my row, unfortunately I do. The character I just played, unfortunately, I'm going to gain a black virtue. All right, so now this card actually gets removed from the game. But I do get to shuffle this thing. I'm going to shuffle this off camera, but I'm going to shuffle this back into my deck. All right, now where am I? I'm here. I could spend 2 gold for this character. Sure, why not? Let's do it. So spend 2, get this guy. So I'm getting a lot of characters with a lot of yellow symbols. So I'll probably be adding guys to the middle as well. So I added that. Now this guy, when I get him, it's going to be a white virtue as well. All right, so I bought, refill my hand size, but I'm going to shuffle first. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did all the maintenance on my side. AI's turn, slide everything over. Flip the next one. Let's see what we're going to get. Looks like it's play a card, so you already know the drill. They're going to do it for the icons on where they're at. So they're going to do this. They're going to discard. Let's see, discard, discard, discard. All discard does for them is give them a white virtue. So this is going to move to the left once. All right. This is removed from the game. All right, next they're going to move 4 times. That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, he almost landed on me. Then he's going to try to do a build action. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Let's see. 1, 2. Oh, with the stone, actually, yeah, 3. That's going to be 3. That's going to be a very small house to put out. Now he's going to put it out on the tile that he's on, but always on the left-hand side. So he's actually going to put it right over here first. And if he would land here in the future, then he's going to put it here. So this is going to give him actually a resource. So he's going to be focusing on the yellow. By the way, if you have to get resources, you basically look at the green section over here and it's going to tell you what he's trying to get. So he's trying to get gold. If he has 6 or more gold, then he's going to try to get something else and then something else. All right, so let's keep his gold supply right over here. And that's it. All right, I think my next turn is going to work out pretty well because I ended up drawing my aristocrat. And I just noticed that I can end up putting characters here to cause the explosion to give me extra stuff. So I think I'm definitely going to do that. All right, but before we do that, let's follow our flow of our turn. So everything slides over. Now, when she slides off, She has the little X here, which means I get to discard a card in my hand and I get 2 white virtue. So let's do that. 1, 2. So I'm gonna have to deal with a collision at the end of this round, but it's good. I'm gonna be all in the red section, positive section, so that's good. All right, now I get to discard a card in my hand. Now I do want to play her, so I think I'm gonna end up discarding. Just get rid of the labor. Sure. Let's get rid of the no, you know what? Let's get rid of the financier. She's gonna go into my discard. All right, now everything slides over. 1, 2. I'm gonna play the card I want to play. Is it a criminal? No. I get to move 2. So let's move 1, 2. Perfect castle section for me to do my action. Now I'm gonna do the castle action, which is the yellow symbols. So I have 1, 2 symbols. Right now I'm trying to get to at least 5, so I can add 3 guys. So I'm gonna need to spend 3 gold pieces for this. All right, so 1, 2, 3. All right, now I get to add 3 guys. 1, 2, 3. All right, it's more than 3 of mine in that section, so it's going to be the collision happening. So 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 goes up. All right, now this ability is I either buy a guy or remove a guy from my hand from the game. I think I'm going to remove the labor from the game just to thin out my deck a little bit. But he's going to give me 2 gold coins as he goes away. All right, so that was my action. I can buy a guy. Actually, I could have spent a coin instead of the gold to use this guy's ability. Let me retract that a little bit. Sorry about that. Let me take back the gold and spend the coin instead to use him and his icon. I always forget to do that in order. Must always look at those icons. And when I did that, I get to rearrange stuff in my tableau. But I think I'm good because I want this to fall off and then I want this to fall off, so that's going to work out fine. So I'm not going to rearrange anything, but he gets removed from the game as well. And then I could hire Mr. What's his name? Ferrier, whatever his name is. But I don't think I will. I'm good. So that's going to be the end of my turn. Let's draw back 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. All right, and let's do the AI's turn. Okay, so this is going to fall off and everything's going to slide over, flip it over, and see what we're going to get. So first things, actually before we do anything, very important, we did get a collision. I'm doing things a little out of order. I should always follow the flow over here. It's very helpful. So collision, so I didn't buy a guy, so collision is here, which is going to happen here. So I'm going to gain a coin. Done. I'm going to gain 2 red deed cards. 1, 2. Add that to my select. Now, all my opponents, if they have a criminal in their tableau, they're going to gain a black virtue thing, which my opponent does. So this didn't slide off. It was like this. So he's going to gain a black one like that. All right, and then it's my turn. All right, now we're going to do the AI's turn. This falls off. This slides over. Now we're going to see what they're going to do, which is gain a white. So it's going to go on top. So now they're going to cause a collision. And I believe for them it happens right away. Let me just double check the rulebook. I'll be right back. All right, well, somebody can let me know in the comments below because I'm not exactly sure when this actually resolves. I can't really find it in the rulebook. So let's just say it resolves at the end of the turn just like it does for the regular player. All right, so that was the white virtue. Then they move 3. 1, 2, 3. They're over here, right where I am. Then they're going to try to do their main action, which they could do. All right, so they have 1, 2, 3 symbols. That's going to add 2 guys. And they're on my slice of the pie here. They're going to send 2 guys in here, cause an explosion of their characters. 1 over here, 1 over here. Oh, it's going to cause another explosion. 1 to the middle. All right, now in the middle, whenever they gain a character, let me look at their little box here. Actually, whenever they gain a character, it's actually the black card like we did before. So we're going to add another black card to their deck. And they unlock this ability as well. So whenever they add a card, they get to do the discard of where they're at. So they're going to discard this and gain another white virtue. Move it to the left. This gets removed from the game. And now they still get to keep exploding things. So this goes to the left, this goes to the right, this goes up, which is going to cause another 2 white virtue. So they're all the way at the end. And that's pretty much going to be their turn. Whoops, because they can't really collide anything else in the castle. All right, so now let's deal with their virtue. So they're going to get 3 red cards. So this deck's going to fly by. 1, 2, 3. This might be a shorter game than I expected. Okay, so that's going to be all 3 there. That's it. So it's reset. Now, if I have a criminal, I'm going to gain a deed card. I do unfortunately have a criminal. So let's go grab one of those black cards. It's added here. Oh, I forgot to reset mine as well. And that's it for their turn. They went through their whole card and think that's good. All right, let's figure out what I'm gonna do. All right, so for my turn, I think I'm gonna keep going into the castle because there's a way for me to cause a double collision just like what the AI did. So with the squire, if I go 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna have to spend a coin to get down there, but I'll be able to add guys here, explode, then this one's gonna explode, and we'll figure things out. All right, so let's slide things over. All right, so this guy, when he slides off, all right, always go in order, so slide off. This is gonna allow me to get a character for free and get a white virtue, so I'll do that first. So which character do I wanna get? All right, so obviously try to get the most expensive one. So there's a 3 criminal here. There's a 2 princess. There's a 2 minor. And there's a 2 what is it? Tinker as well. So you know what? Let me get the Tinker, and he's gonna give me a white virtue as well. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Slide everything over. All right, then play a card. Play my squire. All right, now I'm gonna move 2 space. It's not a criminal. Move 2 spaces. 1, 2, 3. So that cost me a coin. All right, now I'm gonna have 3 symbols. 1, 2, 3. And I want to get to 5. So I'm gonna have to spend 2 gold. 1, 2. So that lets me put out 3 more guys in the middle. 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's cause some collisions here. This goes to the right, this goes to the left, this goes up. So that's gonna give me 2 white virtues. 1, 2. Now this is gonna be a collision, left, right, and up. And that one again, hire a guy for free or thin out your deck. You know, I think I'm gonna thin out my deck. Let's get rid of the abbot from my hand, and it's gonna give me 2 gold, 2 coins. That's pretty nice. And lastly on my turn, there's a criminal here to let you thin out your deck or get 2 coins. You know what? Should I get this guy? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's spend 1 coin. Let's put him in our deck. And when I get him, I can discard a card. Let me discard the last card in my hand. Done. I didn't cause a collision. Let's draw back to my hand size. So I have to draw 3 cards. I have only 2 cards left in my deck. I'm gonna have to shuffle. Now, unfortunately, when I do shuffle, I do have a criminal in my tableau. So I'm gonna gain a black virtue over here. So I'm about to cause a collision very soon. So let me shuffle this, draw an extra card, and be right back. All right, all the maintenance is done. That's all good. So AIs go. So turn this over, slide everything, flip it over, and see. Oh, another criminal. Looks like every 3 turns you're getting a criminal. Okay, so criminal, which is gonna get them a black corruption. Then they're gonna get a death card. All right, they haven't been flipping over any other cards, which is kind of strange. Next, they're gonna move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they're gonna try to do their action. Now, they can't actually do it. All right, so this is going to be the first time they can't, because they're going to have one symbol, two symbol. This doesn't help them, so they're going to have two yellow symbols without any gold to spend, so that's not enough to put any guys out. So they can't do that, so they're going to do the thing on the right, which is flip a card over and gain a black. That. Now, they always try to keep their flipping even, so they're going to go black, red, black, red, black, red until they run out of options. Maybe they'll do red later. So they're actually going to do black first, and that's going to give them a resource. And obviously the one that they want is the gold nugget. All right. All right, so go back to me. All right, so let's see. Let's look at my hand. So I ended up drawing the foreman, and I think I'm going to play him. That's because he's going to allow me to remove a card from my hand from the game, and I think I'm going to get rid of this trader because I absolutely hate this card. It's kind of pointless, I think. So I'm going to move 2. So let's see, what can I do? I think I'm going to take advantage of the yellow symbols in my tableau and just keep pumping guys into that castle. So let's move 2. I'm going to go 1, 2, pay gold to move there. All right, perfect. So let's slide everything over. So this thing, when it slides, all right, is going to give me some stuff. So 1 coin and 1 debt. Oh man, I'm collecting a lot of these. I'm going to want to flip them over eventually. All right, so that was for the thief. And then all the slides. All right, next I'm going to play the foreman. All right, so that's the play. It's not a criminal. I'm going to move 2. So 1, 2, 3. That's the extra coin for that. All right, now when the foreman comes into play, sorry, before he moves, I was supposed to do his activated ability when he comes into play. So again, I can remove a card from the game. Let's remove the trader. That gives me my coin back. All right, and now I get to do my action. So how many symbols do I have? I have 1, 2. Again, I'm always trying to get to 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 3, 4, but I'm going to spend the 2 gold to discard this card to get the symbol there. All right, so I spent it already. I'm going to get the white virtue up there on the right. So that's going to cause another collision at the end of this turn. Let's get rid of this card. All right, so that was 5. With 5, I get to add 3 guys to the castle. It's going to cause multi collisions again. 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's do this. Let's get rid of this. So it's going to go once to the right, once to the left, once up. All right, and that's going to give me a stone and an inkwell. Okay, now this is going to collide. So this is going to go up. It's going to go left. It's going to go right. And when this goes up, double white. Well, unfortunately, it's kind of wasteful because it's going to go just over here on the left-hand side. Can't really move again. That's it for the collisions. Now I'm going to have to boot out a couple of their guys. All right, so when you boot out, let's do this one at a time. When you boot out of section 1, they're going to get 2 coins, and when you boot out of section 2, something else is going to happen. All right, so let's do there's 4 guys here, so I'm going to boot out here. So now whenever they get 2 coins, they're just going to get a resource of their choice instead. So that's going to be a gold. Then I'm also going to boot out in level 2 here, which is going to give them a white virtue and a resource of their choice. Another gold. There you go. At least I cleaned up their guys a little bit out here. So that's it. So that was my action. Now I can buy a character. I think I'm definitely going to buy him. He gives me 2 icons, which is awesome. So he's going to cost 3. 1, 2, 3. But he does give me a black corruption every time I use him, or every time I use the that action when he's on my board. So 1, 2, 3. Add him. Now he gives me another debt. Oh, that's kind of painful. Racked up 4 debt already. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to flip these over somehow. So I was buying, now dealing with collision. I'm gonna get 1 coin and 3 red cards. 1, 2. This is gonna be a quick game because I'm getting so many of these deed cards. We're flying through that deck. So I got 6 of these already. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get the bonuses for anything until I start flipping some of these over, which kind of sucks. All right, so that was the collision. Reset these markers. And I'll draw back. So I only have one card in my hand, so I'll draw back 2. 1 and 2. All right, so that's it for me. AI's next turn. All right, so I didn't miss a collision for them, so that's all good. And let's just do it. So this flies off. Slide, slide. Boom, let's see what's gonna be. So it's gonna be flip over a card. Now, they've already flipped over a dead card, so the next one they're gonna do is a deed card. Flip over that one. All right, so that was that. Next, they're gonna move 2, so 1, 2. All right, next, they're gonna try to do a manuscript action. I don't think they can. They have no inkwells. Actually, they can, because they have a criminal here and a symbol here. So they have 1, 2, 3. That manuscript is a 3. So they're going to gain this, gain a resource, obviously get another gold. Oh boy, the next time they go into the castle, they're going to be putting a ton of guys. All right, but that was their turn. That was a pretty good turn for them. Okay, so for my next turn, I think I'm going to start trying to focus on flipping over some of those cards. It's going to help me get to some of those endgame points. So I think I'm going to play the lender, so when she falls off, I flip over a card. And by moving 1, I can move here. And then I can also build and flip over another card. So I can sort of flip over 2 cards in the next like 2-3 rounds. So let's do that. So first, this thing falls off, does nothing. Slide, slide. All right, next, play the lender. Not a criminal, moves 1. I think I'm just gonna move 1 over here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now unfortunately, by doing the build action, man, I only have 1 symbol on my board. So I can build a level 3 with 2 stone, or a level 5 with all my stone. Or I can pay this character here to use his 1 icon. Sure, let's do that. So I'm gonna pay 2. Let's use this guy. He lets me reshuffle my deck and give me an extra icon. So shuffling over my deck, you got to remember that I don't have any criminals, so I'm going to gain a white, but this is going to get shuffled back. I'll do that at the end of this turn. So now I got 2 symbols, and I can spend 1 stone. I think I'm going to do that. Keep it cheap so I have extra stone to build something better after. So with an extra stone, I'll build a 3-level building. I think I like the extra hand size right now. So let me get this. And I'm going to build it here. Now this, when I build it there, I get to flip over a card. I think it's going to be a very easy decision. Let's flip over one of these dead cards. Because I'm pretty sure the red one is going to be the ones that run out. And when the red ones run out, then the black ones are going to score extra points. All right, so I flip this over. It's going to give me a resource. I think I'm going to take more the stone that I just spent. Because if I can get to 7 stone, I can definitely build a guild hall, which will be really nice for extra bonuses. But that's it. Now, am I gonna buy a character on my location? Not really. I don't really need this guy in my deck. So that's gonna be the end of my turn. Let me shuffle, draw a card, and I'll be right back. All right, I will go drop off, slide everything over, flip the next card. Let's see what we're gonna get. And it is is this an add or a play? It is a play. So where are they? They're over here. So they're gonna play this one. They're gonna get a black virtue, which is straight up just black. It's gonna get removed from the game. Next, they're gonna move 3. 1, 2, 3. Manuscript action. I don't think they can do that. Let's see on the action. Actually, they can again because the criminal. Actually, that's a 3. Yeah, they can do it. So they have 1, 2, 3 icons. This is a 3. That's going to be perfect. All right, now this is going to be painful because now for every 2 coins, they don't collect coins. Every 2 coins are going to give them a resource that they like. So that's going to be another 2 gold in their supply. So they have 6. That's insane. And they get to keep this for endgame scoring. That's going to be it for them, I think. Yeah. All right, my next turn, I think I'm gonna end up playing my criminal so I can end up doing another build to get the extra symbol. So let's slide this guy off. This useless squire. Slide all this over. Let's play a card. I'm gonna play my criminal. No, criminal. So I'm gonna gain one of these. All right, so move. I do only want to move one. I'm gonna show you why in a second. So I'm gonna go here. All right, now I want to do a build action. So I'm gonna have two symbols. Let's see. I can have another symbol here. So that's gonna be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hell yeah, I can get to 7. So I'm gonna spend all 3 of my coins to use this guy's symbol. He's gonna give me a black corruption, whatever it is. That's it. So that's gonna be 3 symbols. So that card plus my player board, that's 3, and then plus all 4 of the stones is gonna be a whole 7. 7 build. So it's gonna be a guild house. Now these are awesome. You're gonna get a permanent boost on one of the actions. So either go in a castle or build. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one do I want to do? I think I'm gonna have to go with the castle. Let's just keep pounding that castle. So that's gonna be a permanent castle for the rest of the game. All right, now the one I want to put it on is obviously gonna be this one here. So I can either put it here to change up what my tableau is, or put it here to flip over a card. I think I'm definitely gonna do that one. So that one, I'm definitely gonna flip over another of these dead cards. It's gonna give me a resource. I think I'm gonna go for stone again. Just keep getting more stone. Unfortunately, I do only have 1 coin, which might hurt later on. All right, so that's it. I don't have enough coins to buy anything. That's 3 coins, that's fine. So that's gonna be the end of my turn after I draw. I didn't cause a collision. Oh, I did forget that my hand size is now 4. I even forgot to draw since I built that card, that building. All right, but there's my hand for next turn. All right, let's deal with the AI. Slide all this over. Let's flip this over and see what it's gonna be. Oh boy, this is gonna hurt, I think. So get a resource. Now, they're already at 6. If they're at 6, they're gonna go for their next best resource, which is gonna be an inkwell this time. They're not just gonna keep getting gold forever and ever and ever. All right, up next, they're gonna move 1. Where are they? They're over here, over here. Next, they're gonna try to build. They won't be able to build for sure. So they'll only have 2 symbols. They have a build and a build. They don't have any stone, so they can't build even their shittiest building. All right, so they're gonna go to the next thing, which is adding guys to the middle, and this is gonna be very painful. It's gonna be a lot of people to put out. Okay, so the most they can do is 8. So they have one symbol. Oh, so they can't even get to 8. So they're gonna try to get to 5. So they have 1 symbol, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's not actually gonna be that bad. So it's gonna be 3, 1, 2, 3. Exactly where they're at. It's gonna be over here. 1, 2, 3. All right, this is gonna collide over here. This one's gonna collide over here, and this one's gonna collide up. So that's gonna be add a card or remove a card from the game. So they're gonna remove this, which is gonna cause the shuffling of their deck. I'm gonna take care of that later. They have some bonuses here when they shuffle their deck, but they haven't built those bonuses, so we don't have to worry about that. But let's just get rid of this. That was this ability here, and nothing else collides. The only thing we need to do is here. This kicks me out here, which is going to give me 2 coins. And then it's going to kick me out here as well, which is kind of garbage. But that's going to give me a resource of my choice, and this thing I'm going to go for. You know what? Let's go for gold this time. So I got 1 of each resource. All right, but these guys get returned. Alright, but that was their turn. They kicked me out in a couple of places, which sucks. I'm going to get my payback. I'm going to try to get there and do the explode so I can kick them out there and out there as well. So I'm going to have to move 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe and try to do it. Well, we'll see. But that's it for them. Okay, so looking at my hand, I did want to move 4 to go here. but I'm going to need some symbols for that. So I think I'm going to go one turn, use this card, and then the other turn, use this card. Just the order of the two cards. I think I'd rather play this one first because this one's kind of useless. Well, to get the extra white, I don't think it's useful. So I'm going to play this to move 2. And when I move 2, I think all I'm going to do is collect some resources. So I'm going to go get some coins because I got no coins. I got no coins. I'm going to spend some to maybe hire that guy, and that's it. So let's slide this off. He gives me nothing whatsoever. Slide, slide. Let's play her. Not a criminal. Move 2. 1. Actually, better yet, I can go get some gold. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try to pound this with a lot of guys. Yeah, so let's go 1, 2. All right, so now for every 2 bags I get a gold. Now I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 bags. 4, 5, 6. So that's actually going to be 3 gold pieces. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm not going to buy a guy. Just going to draw back into my hand size. And we're going to call it a day. Actually, I did forget one extra little thing. When she came into play, she gets rid of a card in my hand from the game. So I would not have had this character. I think what I'm going to do is get rid of the Journeyman, which gives me the most bang for my buck, which is 2 coins. And that's it. So I got to draw another card because my hand size is 4. And that's going to be it for me. All right, now for the AI. All right, what's going to happen is when their deck is empty like this drops off, this slides over, and now that you need to flip over, so that's when you're going to shuffle this in. Shuffle, 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 cut, and let's see what their action is going to be, and it's still a brown card, which is nice. All right, so this is going to be play a card. Where are they? They're over here. So what does this icon give them? Looking at their board, it's going to give them a gold piece. Don't like to see that. Then they're going to move 2. 1, 2. Then they're going to do more guys in the castle. Oh, this is going to be painful. So they're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just enough to put out 3 more guys. 1, 2, 3. Collision. 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 So this is going to give them double white. 1, 2. Now, no other collisions. All right, so he's going to kick me out here, which is 2 coins. Stop kicking my guys out. He's going to kick me out here, which is a resource of my choice. So let's go gold and a white. All right, and then we're good for the rest of the castle, and I believe that should be the end of his turn, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry, got to deal with the little collision that happened. So this is going to be a resource. It's going to be a gold. It's going to be a red and a black card. So there's not many red cards left. Red and black. So that and that. And now we get to rearrange our display. Do we actually want to rearrange anything? No, because this thing, when it falls off, I'm going to get something. You know what? I'd rather keep the criminal. No, you know what? I'm debating whether I want the criminal on the left or on the right. Actually, when I played this criminal, I don't think did I ever discard that card? Anyway, it doesn't matter now. It's too late. But yeah, let's be a little greedy. Let's put the criminal on the left-hand side here, so he stays on my card row a little longer. All right, so that's it. So I did my thing. He's done his turn. Now let's do my turn. We already know what I wanted to do. Ooh, 3. I just drew this card. Oh, it gives me an extra symbol. But every time I do it, I'm going to gain some black corruption. So which should I do? Should I play this card or this card? Now, you know what? I think I'm going to go full hog here. I think I'm going to definitely play this one to get the most symbols possible. All right, so that's going to allow me to move 3, which is perfect. 1, 2, 3 to get right over here, to explode over here like twice, and then explode here and explode here. This is going to be perfect. All right, good. So let's slide things over. So this is going to slide off. Ability here is flip over a card. Let's flip over another debt. Another resource. I think I'm going to go get a stone this time. All right, slide everything else over. All right, so this is the card I want to play. So it's not a criminal. Move 3. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, exactly where I want it to be. All right, now this is going to be huge. Okay, how many symbols do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just on my board. All right, I want to get to 7. I want to get to 8. So that's going to allow. It's cost me 3 gold to put out 4 guys. So 1, 2, 3. Let's take 4 guys. Let's get ready to put them there. Now, before I do that, though, remember, whenever I do this action, I am going to gain a block. So that's going to cause a collision at the end of the round. All right, but I get to put 4 guys here, which should allow this to explode twice on its own. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so 1 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 up. Unfortunately, that didn't collide twice. I sort of misjudged that, but that's fine. All right, so when this goes up, I can either hire or discard a card in my hand for money. You know what? I'm not gonna need the bag. Maybe I will need the bags. No, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna need the bags for the rest of the game. So let me get rid of her, and she's gonna give me back my 3 coins. So 1, 2, 3. You know what? Just to shift my white over at the end of my action. Actually, wait. I'm not done just yet. I gotta kick out the AI. So kick out him here. So that's gonna give him a gold. Kick him out here, which is gonna give him a gold. All right. Then I gotta kick him out here, which is gonna give him a white. Sorry, I forgot to reset this at the end of his round. Let's give him a white and a gold again. That's fine. Now I'm definitely gonna buy this guy just so I can get the virtue symbol to move over my marker. So it's gonna cost me 2. 1, 2. Add this to my discard. Slide this over to the left. And that's going to be the end of my round. So this is going to collide. I buy, collide. It's going to be 1 coin, 1 red. 1 coin, 1 red. Oh, there's, I think, 2 cards left. 1 red. And does the opponent have a criminal? No, they do not. So they don't have to deal with this part. This gets reset. Then draw back up to my hand size, which is 4. I currently have 2 cards. Let's draw 2 more. Which is going to be the rest of my deck. Okay, that's going to be it for me. Let's go back to the AI. All right, so we're getting very, very close to the end. There's probably 2 or 3 more rounds left. So slide this off, slide. See what the AI is going to do. And it's a criminal, of course. So move their marker to the right. Gain a debt card. Do this. Lots of negatives in his display. He hasn't been flipping things over very often in this game, which is kind of weird. Last time I played this, he flipped over almost all his cards. I guess it depends on the way his cards came out. Anyway, he's going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way on the other side of the map. Then he's going to try to do his main action, which is going to be, let's see how many icons he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be 3 guys. This is going to explode twice, I think. Yeah. So it's going to explode to the left, to the right, up. So that's flip a card. That's awesome for him. He's definitely going to flip this one over here. Get another gold. Then this is going to explode here. So this is going to go up. It's going to get a stone and a inkwell. Left, right. And I think that's it. No more explosions. Now he kicks me out here, which gives me 2 more coins. And I think that's about it. At the end of his turn, no collisions, so he is done. Now on my turn, I think one of my priorities is to maybe place workers here so then I could recollide here to collide the middle, and then finally get a guy in the middle, which will give me the extra 5 points for the castle and increase my hand size by 1. So I'm going to have a 5 card hand size, which is going to be awesome. So to do that, let's see, I only have to move 1, or I can move 1, 2, 3. I mean, I could play the Overseer. Yeah, I think it's going to counterbalance the block I'm going to get from the other card. So let's play her. It's probably going to be a good idea. So this is going to slide off. Nothing happens. Slide, slide. I'm going to play this guy. Not a criminal. Moves at 2. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. It's going to cost me a coin. Now, I think I'm going to use his ability for sure. So I'm going to pay 3 coins. 1, 2, 3 to get the extra symbol here. So I'm going to have an extra gold symbol just as a reminder. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 just on my board. Let's go 7, 8 again. So it's going to be put 4 more guys out there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so left, right, up. All right, now this is going to be double white virtue. 1, 2. By the way, when I'm doing this action, I'm going to gain 1 white and 1 black. So 1 white, 1 black. All right, now this is going to collide. It's going to go up. It's going to go left. It's going to go right. And that's going to allow me to discard a card from my hand from the game. Let's just get rid of the financier for right now. It's going to be 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. All right, then more importantly, this is going to collide again. So left, right, up. It's going to be double white. 1, 2. All right, now you just keep going. All right, now this was going to collide. Right, left, up. It's going to be 1 of each resource here. All right, then I got to deal with my inner things here. This is just going to move up, and this one's just going to move up. So they don't go left and right when they're on their second level. So that's just going to be 2 more resources. I think I'm going to go for a couple of stone, so I can add maybe a building on the board soon. All right, I think that's it. That's a pretty nice turn. That's also going to give me the castle point card, so my hand is increased by 1 and it's 5 points at the end of the game. All right, so I'm going to put it right up there for now. And I think that's it. So that was my action. Now I can buy a guy. The Acolyte. Ooh, it lets me flip over cards. The game's probably going to end before I even get to use this guy because he's a fall off ability. You know what? I won't even bother with that card. Now I do need to deal with a collision. 1 coin, double red. I think that's going to be the rest of the deck right there. So double red, yeah, that's going to finish off the deck. So we're going to have a couple of turns each, and that's it. So that's it. Does he have a criminal? Yes, he did. So he's going to gain a black from that, and now this is going to reset. Draw back up to my hand size. So unfortunately I do need to draw 3 cards, so that's going to allow me to reshuffle my deck, and by reshuffling I do have a criminal here, so I'm going to gain a black. So I'm going to shuffle. I'll be right back for his turn. All right, maintenance is done, so his second last turn, slide everything over. Let's see what he's going to do. Flip a card over. All right, so he's got 2 debt, 1 deed, so the next one's going to be a deed card. Slide that over. He's going to move 2, 1, 2. He's going to try to do a manuscript action. So he's got 1, 2. He's got enough for that. 3, 4. He's got 2 inkwells, so that's going to be enough for this one. That's going to give me a red and a, so I got some extra ones here. So red and a deed, a debt. Now, I don't want that deck to run out because he flipped over the most red, so that would lose me 12 points if I end up going through this deck. So I gotta definitely watch out for that. All right, but that's pretty much his turn. He went through his card. There's nothing else that's going on that's special. No collision. So back to me for my last action of the game. All right, so after this, I'm pretty much done, and then the AI is gonna have one last turn. Okay, well, my last turn, let's just keep pounding this castle. I mean, it is one strategy to win this game, is just keep putting a ton of guys in the castle. You're going to score so many points for all your guys in there. Plus, I really want to do it here because when I move up here, it's going to allow me to flip over a card. So let's just play either of my 3 guys that lets me move 2 and gives me the symbol. Doesn't really matter which one I play. I might as well play her because she gives me an immediate benefit. So slide everything over. This guy, when he slides off, 2 coins or discard a guy. You know what? Let me just take the 2 coins for right now. Doesn't really matter. Slide all this stuff over. Let's play her. Again, she gets me to get rid of a card in my hand. Let's just get rid of the criminal. Get out of here. Give me another coin. All right. Now, I'm going to move 2. I go 1, 2. Let's look at my symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I gain 1 of each symbol. So 5. 5 is going to allow me to put 3 guys out. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, so many explosions, huh? 2, 3. I'm probably going to flip over 2 cards. So 1 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 goes up. That's going to be flip a card. So let's just flip over a deed card. All right. Then this one's going to go 1 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 goes up, and that's going to allow me to switch a guy or get a gold. I think I'm going to switch this guy here, and I'll show you why in a second. I'm going to cause multiple explosions here. Then this is going to explode again, so left, right, up, flip over another card. So let's flip over another deed card. All right. Then I'm going to explode here, up, right, left, which gives me 1 of each resource. And then finally, this one's going to move up, which is another resource. And then I think I'm good. Now I'm going to kick him out in a ton of places, I think. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh, only here. So he's going to get a gold and a white for that. Yeah, pretty safe that I'm going to keep the castle in with the 5 points. All right, so there you go. That was my turn. I'm pretty much done. I'm out of action. So the AI is going to go, slide everything. For his last action of the game, it's going to be a manuscript action. That's kind of weird. So first things first, get a white. Play a character where he's at. So he's going to gain another white for that. Cause a collision. Move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Manuscript. He can't. Actually, he could do the actually, how much is that? 3. Yeah, he could do the manuscript action. So 1, 2, 3 symbols. He's going to get this one, which is another white. So moves over to everything to the left. More points for the end of the game. Let's deal with this. So he's going to get 2 more red cards. 1, 2. He's got so many. And then criminals. Do I have a criminal? Nope. So it doesn't really matter. And anyway, that is it. That is the end of the game. So all that's left to do is final scoring. So let me go tabulate and I'll be right back. All right, well, there you go. It was kind of a massacre. So 68 to 38 or 36, whatever it is. Plus, I did forget in an AI, just as an added scoring thing, is you score extra points for your resources, which you don't do in a regular game. So I'm going to score an extra 10 of a ton of resources. So I actually won 78 to, I think this is 38. See, 22, 32, yeah, 38. So 78 to 38, pretty easy. Now a couple of choices to make the game a bit harder. If you want to challenge, you can shuffle in some of the black cards already in the base brown deck when you start the game. All right, which because these cards are much better, so they'll boost up their productivity throughout the game. Or you can try maybe a different board. Maybe I got lucky because I was kicking them out a lot in the castle, so they weren't able to get some traction and all that stuff. So there you go. That's how you play solo. Let me know if you can beat my score, if I made any mistakes, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.